And welcome back to Playmakers Talk Show. As I mentioned before the break, we're going to speak with America's top cleaning expert. Her name is Debbie Sardone. She is president of SpeedCleaning.com and the founder of Cleaning for a Reason. Known as America's top cleaning expert, Debbie Sardone has been cleaning up for a living for over 30 years. Debbie owns Buckets and Bows Maid Service in Louisville and has launched 5 successful businesses, including a global consulting business. Her business advice focuses on creating a business that runs without you. Debbie's nationally acclaimed nonprofit Cleaning for a Reason has helped thousands of women with cancer receive free cleaning services while undergoing cancer treatments in the United States and Canada. To date, Cleaning for a Reason has provided more than 17,000 cleanings for women with cancer with a value of more than $4.5 million in donated cleanings and partnered with over 1,100 maid services. Fantastic. Debbie, welcome to Playmakers Talk Show.
Thanks. Great to be here.
Well, you've been in the cleaning business now for over 30 years. That's a long time. What started you on that journey?
Well, when I had my first baby, I quit work and I needed some fun money. So I just started cleaning houses.
Fun money?
Fun money. I started cleaning houses out of the trunk of my car. And then 8 years later, I had one of the largest maid services in the country with over $1 million in sales and 40 employees and several hundred customers.
Well, what happened in those 8 years? How did it go from working out of the trunk to having over $1 million business? What went through your mind in terms of how you made this happen?
A lot of trial and error. You got to remember that was back before Google, before the internet. If you wanted to learn something about cleaning, you went to the library, which a lot of people don't even know what that is anymore. You couldn't Google anything. And so really in the beginning it was just trial and error. I was creating processes and learning systems of cleaning and, of course, learning business as much as I possibly could.
Well, did you ever imagine your business would grow this big from the trunk of your car?
I had no idea. I really had no aspirations of a big business. I really just wanted to create additional income. My husband was a police officer at the time, and I was a stay-at-home mom. I was just trying to create additional income. And I didn't have big goals. I had no idea it would grow so fast and so well. And I even tried to get a business loan just in my own name, and I didn't want my husband to co-sign at a bank. And they wouldn't give me the loan because they said my husband would have to co-sign. And I said, well, that's okay. I guess I'll just figure it out on my own. I wanted to use that loan to buy some training materials. And they turned me down for the loan. And several years later, I went into the bank and I said, have you been looking at my deposits? And by that time, he was the bank president. And he chuckled. We had a good relationship. It wasn't hostile, but he chuckled and he said, I sure have. I said, we grossed $1 million this year. And he looked at me and he smiled. I could tell he was proud, but he said, I guess we should have given you that loan. And I said, I guess I didn't need it.
Our 2020 hindsight, what's interesting is sometimes when people start a business, they don't know what they're doing. And being naive is probably better than knowing everything going into it because you just made it happen as you went along. But I'm going to talk a little bit about your SpeedCleaning.com and talk about that business. Then we're going to talk about Cleaning for a Reason, which is the most important. But talk a little bit about SpeedCleaning.com and what's it all about?
Well, my whole world is cleaning. I mean, you mentioned dust and toilets, and I'm right there.
I'm afraid to have you come over to my
It's a scary thing.
office.
A lot of people think that, but you should see my house right now. But in my business in the early days, I started using some products. This was way back before green cleaning was a trend. And I started using these products that were green and all natural because, of course, I was exposed to cleaners all day long. And I found some products that were incredibly tough yet non-toxic. And so I used those products for years. And the man that developed the products wrote a book called Speed Cleaning. And I used his book as the Bible to train all of my employees over the years. Fast forward 20 years later, I met him at a conference. We became friends, colleagues, became business associates. And when he was ready to retire, he said, do you want to buy my business? And my husband and I said yes. And we now carry and manufacture these green cleaning products that I've used in my own company for 20 years, and I absolutely love them. So
Which
when you have
anybody
a
can
passion.
they can purchase those even though they don't use your cleaning service.
Exactly. And we have people all over the country and literally all over the world purchasing from speedcleaning.com because the products are so superior.
Well, you were rather naive getting your business going, but you were also rather naive starting your nonprofit too. It was something you were talking about at a meeting, and it built from there. So talk a little bit how Speed Cleaning moved you into Cleaning for a Reason, your nonprofit.
Well, I started a consulting business over 5 years ago, probably 7 or 8 years ago now, and I work with cleaning business owners all over the country to help them grow their business and to make a profit and to gain some quality of life. And I was speaking at a conference one day, and I shared with them my own personal experience of giving away free house cleaning to women who are battling cancer in my own community. And I was amazed at how many maid service owners came up to me after my talk and said, I want to do that too. I want to help women in my community. How do you screen them? How do you find these women? How do you keep people from abusing your generosity? And I realized that day I could take this company policy and take it outside of my own backyard in the Dallas Metroplex and take it nationwide. So I formed a nonprofit and started recruiting maid services all over the country. And that was in 2006, and now we have nearly 1,200 maid services in all 50 states helping women all over the country just by cleaning their home for free while they're undergoing treatment for cancer.
Now, we were talking ahead of time about having a process for cleaning a home, which you have to have, but you also have a process for putting that nonprofit together in terms of finding, screening women for that. Was that something you developed, or that happened over time as far as how to find the women and make sure that they weren't taking advantage of you?
Well, my business philosophy is to keep everything simple because I'm a pretty simple gal. And so I always believe that I would keep things simple in the nonprofit just like I do in business, and then it would be more successful. And so we have at cleaningforareason.org, women can go on and apply. We only screen them for legitimacy. We simply ask that they provide a doctor's note that says they're currently undergoing treatment for cancer, and it's any type of cancer. It's not for breast cancer. We don't try to screen them financially or any other means. We keep it simple. We're just there to help these women who really, during the fight of their life, this will mean so much just to walk in the door to a freshly cleaned home.
Never having had cancer, I've never gone through that, but my guess is when someone's going through cancer treatment, they're weakened tremendously. The last thing they want to do is clean their home. They just don't have the energy for that because they really don't need to do that if it's not that dirty. But along comes Cleaning for a Reason, and their home can be clean. So what should a woman with cancer, do to find out more about this to potentially have her home cleaned?
It's really simple. Go to cleaningforareason.org, and if you're the woman battling cancer, you can apply. But if it's someone in your life, your mother, your sister, your neighbor, you can apply for them as well. So it's very simple. Just go and click on the tab, Cancer Patient, and fill out the online inquiry form.
It makes it very simple. Where are you spending most of your time? We're talking about all your businesses, but where do you spend most of your time? Is it with your business? Is it with Cleaning for a Reason, which you're passionate about? Where are you spending most of your time now?
Well, I do spread myself between the businesses. I take a few hours each week, and I will visit the maid service and review numbers and challenges with the office manager. And about every other week, I spend a couple of hours reviewing processes with the foundation. And of course, I get to do business consulting from my home since most of it's over the phone. So basically, I just spread myself between all of the businesses, a few hours here, a few hours there. But the key is having really great people in place to manage the day-to-day activities, which I am not involved in.
I was listening between the lines, and that's what I heard, too. There's no way that you could do this if you didn't have good people in place to do these things for you. I looked on your cleaningforareason.org, and there's information about it, and you have your staff on there, too, and you apparently have a good staff for your cleaning business. Well, you have 5 businesses. We talked a little about that. You must be extremely organized, or you learned how to become very organized, or you have people to help organize you. So talk about how you can handle all those, and what some of those other businesses are, because you have some other businesses that are rather unique.
Well, I wish I were more organized, and you never feel like you're organized enough. But I do think the key to running several businesses is to have processes in place. Keep those processes simple so that they can be duplicated by other people besides the owner. and then monitor those processes to make sure they don't fall by the wayside, and monitor the financials, and stay in touch with your staff. Have regular meetings. Keep motivating them to care the way they did when they first took on the task. And so, some of those things I believe are really at the root of having several businesses run without the owner being involved in the day-to-day activities.
Well, you have another unique business that has nothing to do with cleaning. What is that?
Maybe all this cleaning drove me to this business, but about a year and a half ago, we bought a franchise, and that franchise is Wine Styles, and it's a beautiful little wine boutique in Flower Mound, and we have wine club members and wine tastings every Friday night, and my kids are grown. My husband and I are having a blast. It's an absolutely fun business, and it has nothing to do with tubs, toilets, and dust.
Well, my guess is if they walked in there, they'd probably see a very clean operation, if nothing else.
Usually, yes.
Again, where should anybody that wants to find out about your businesses? You have a couple of different websites. Go ahead and tell us what those are.
Yeah, if you visit DebbieSardone.com, of course, you'll be able to find all of our businesses, or SpeedCleaning.com, and you'll see links to the foundation and my consulting opportunities. So those two are probably the best places to find everything else.
And Debbie is Debbie, and Sardone is Sardone. How about your Wine Styles Wine and Gifts Boutique? Where's that located?
That's in Flower Mound, and it's at WinestylesFlowerMound.com.
Yeah, that's a way to find that, too. And then, obviously, cleaning for a reason. Should someone have somebody that they know that needs to have cleaning service for a woman, or it's a woman that is going through cancer treatment right now, they can get a hold of that. Also, you said you were looking for maid services.
Yes.
Is this any particular area, or is this all over the United States and Canada?
All over the country. If you can just imagine, there are millions of women out there that could use this service, but we only have 1,200 maid services that are in the program. So it sounds like a lot, but when you realize how great the need is, we need every maid service in America to decide, well, this is a no-brainer. I want to donate through Cleaning for a Reason. So if you own a maid service or you use a maid service, please consider being a part of Cleaning for a Reason.
And I noticed in your information, a maid service only takes on 2 at a time, so this doesn't monopolize all their cleaning business either.
Exactly. We don't want it to become a burden on any business. And some of the larger services will take on more than 2 patients at a time, but they don't have to. They're never obligated. We simply ask that they accept 2 cancer patients a month.
Well, Debbie, thank you very much for being a part of Playmakers Talk Show.
Thank you. Great to be here.
And for having Cleaning for a Reason, cleaningforreason.org, or you can go to our website and get more information about Debbie and her businesses, too. Thank you very much for being a part of Playmakers Talk.